OK, we have huge breaking news. We're going to be hearing from Pep Guardiola very shortly. I'm sure he'll have a lot to say about a statement just released by Kevin De Bruyne. And it does look like he's going to be leaving Manchester City. He has put a post on his social media thanking Manchester. And we're going to go to Ben Ransom. I have social media statement here, but Ben Ransom, I'm just going to get straight to you, really, because you're at the heart of where De Bruyne has been for the last 10 years of his career. And, yeah, really huge breaking news that he's just announced on his Instagram account.
Yeah, this is, I guess, the news that Manchester City fans would have probably been expecting. It's not been, there's been many months when I've asked Pep Guardiola at various times about whether there's been any update on Kevin De Bruyne's future, whether he was going to be signing a new contract. Well, he has confirmed this lunchtime. He's wanted to put the news out first to tell the Manchester City fans that he will be leaving the club at the end of the season. That social media statement that you've just referenced, Hayley, I can read a bit of it to you now. He pens it, "Dear Manchester. Seeing this, you probably realise where this is heading," he writes. And this is very Kevin De Bruyne. I'll get straight to it and let you all know that these will be my final months as a Manchester City player. Nothing about this is easy to write, he says. But as football players, we all know this day eventually comes. That day is here, and you deserve to hear it from me first. Football led me to all of you and to this city, chasing my dream, not knowing this period would change my life. This city, this club, these people gave me everything, he writes. I had no choice but to give everything back. And guess what? We won everything. I mean, they certainly did, and not least that treble in 2023, obviously part of an incredible, glittering era of success. The final part from De Bruyne here is, whether we like it or not, it's time to say goodbye. Surrey, Rome, Mason, Michelle and I are beyond grateful for what this place has meant to our family. Manchester will forever be on our kids' passports. That's a nice little touch. And more importantly, in each of our hearts, this will always be our home. We cannot thank the city, club, staff, teammates, friends and family enough for this 10-year ride. Every story comes to an end, but this has definitely been the best chapter. Let's enjoy these last moments together. Much love, KDB. So that's written in his own words. I love the fact it was straight to the point. Anyone who has heard a Kevin De Bruyne interview, been lucky enough as I have to speak to him on a few occasions, will know that he pulls no punches. He can be very blunt. He's to the point. He's a fantastic person to have, a fantastic leader in the dressing room. But Kevin De Bruyne confirming then he's going to be leaving. What he doesn't quite confirm is when that's going to be. Will it be the end of this Premier League season, or will it indeed be post the Club World Cup, which obviously starts a couple of weeks after that? So I guess that might be something that Pep Guardiola might be able to shed some light on when he does speak to us at around, less than half an hour now, isn't it? I was going to say 12:30. It's not that long at all till we hear from the Manchester City manager about this breaking news. But look, there's no doubt De Bruyne will be remembered as one of the true Manchester City greats. That decade has been glittering, as I say. 6 Premier League titles. He's won Player of the Season, the Premier League twice, Goal of the Month a couple of times. He's just been absolutely fantastic in this part of the world. Obviously, winning the Champions League as part of that treble team will forever have his name in the history books. He is a legend of Manchester City. There are a few legends that are a little short way away from where I'm stood now, have statues around the Etihad, and you'd imagine that Kevin De Bruyne may well get a statue at some point in the future.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? And who knows what's going to happen next as well for him, Ben? Because he doesn't say he's obviously retiring from football altogether. He just says it's his probably final few months at Manchester City and that he will be leaving the club. He turns 34 in June this summer. There had been talk that maybe when his contract expires, he might be a player that possibly goes out to Saudi. Do we have any idea about where he might be going, what he might be doing? Because there has always been speculation, and there's probably set to be a lot more of that now.
Yeah, there's been a lot of speculation on that front, and I think the two most likely destinations would be either Saudi Arabia or the MLS. They're both areas, both leagues where clubs have expressed interest to Kevin De Bruyne and to his people. But I suppose that is the big question, is whether he is leaving at the end of this Premier League season or whether it will be after the FIFA Club World Cup. And as I say, hopefully Pep Guardiola will be able to shed some light. But you're right, he doesn't say he's retiring. He talks about this being a chapter, an incredible chapter of success here in England. But you do feel he's probably got one last throw of the dice. He'll probably want to go and have that final contract. You'd imagine it would still be relatively lucrative in either of those particular parts of the world, Saudi Arabia or the MLS, owing because of the name, because of what he's achieved here on a global scale, but in particular here in England. And I think from Kevin's point of view, I think you can sense the frustration in him. I mean, I think back to that Champions League final when he got injured and had to go off. I think back to the struggles he's had with injury just to get fit for that, the struggles he's had since. He's missed large parts of the season, and when he has played, it has felt a bit stop-start. And you've seen him on the pitch even this season getting frustrated at himself almost, just knowing that perhaps he doesn't quite have that half a yard of pace that he did a few years back. He doesn't quite necessarily have that sharpness, and he has, I guess, the fact he's kept breaking down, not been able to have those consistent level of matches, minutes, performances. Perhaps that's behind this decision. He's very honest, Kevin De Bruyne. I think that's the upshot. As a human, he's a very honest person. He will have been very honest with himself. If he felt he can no longer help Manchester City be the champions, be right at the very top level, which is where they expect to be, then he probably will have had those conversations with his family, his friends, the people around him, and perhaps that's been part of this. So it'll be really interesting, as I say, to hear from Pep Guardiola, to get obviously his instant reaction. Like the rest of us, he'll be digesting this news relatively recently, you would have thought, to find out, first of all, what that means for De Bruyne. Will he stay till the end of the FIFA Club World Cup? Will he be part of that Manchester City team looking to try and add another historical trophy to their cabinet, to this era? Will he depart before that? What conversations they've had, and what's behind this decision? Because, as I say, Pep has always said it's been down to the club and to Kevin to come to an agreement if they want to. He did say only a week ago that he would like him to be here as a Manchester City player as part of that FIFA Club World Cup. I asked him that directly. Would you like him to be part of that team? He said, yeah, absolutely. He's a Man City player. He knows what Kevin can bring. Unfortunately, we haven't seen necessarily the very best Kevin De Bruyne for a little bit of time, and it feels like that probably is behind this decision this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. We really look forward to being back with you at 12:30, Ben. Thank you. Yeah, reacting to the news, incredible servant to the club, Kevin De Bruyne is set to leave.